So we're checking out the FLYBIRD bench, and I actually went ahead and put this whole thing together as I'm showing up on the screen, and it was really easy. I think it took me maybe 30 minutes or less, and I was a little bit confused at the start with the instructions, but that's because I'm just kind of a dummy. So you'll be able to figure out much better than I could, and I'm sure it could be done even quicker, because for the most part, when you pull this thing out of the box, it's mostly assembled. You only have a couple things. A couple things that I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about is that this thing got these really nice like leather seats right here, and you can tell this FLYBIRD bench is meant to last, which is really key, and that's something that I was looking for a bench for myself for this year. Now, one thing I do want to also bring up here is these do come with these really nice like stretchable, if you guys take a look here, these like little stretchable things right here, and there's a lot of give right here. So this is a really nice little feature that comes with it. You don't see this with a lot of benches, and you can definitely get some extra workouts out of this that you wouldn't normally get out of a bench. You wouldn't get something like this. So I thought that was really cool to include these, and it comes with really high quality material. Now, speaking of the material of the bench itself, this is all metal right here. This thing is meant to last for sure, and that's one thing I do really like about this. It is just quality. You know it's going to stand the test of time, which is something that's really awesome. I do want to give you guys one warning with this, and this is a big deal because this thing is, I have to say, it is meant for somebody who is not going, I'm sorry, let me repeat what I just said. This is not going to be for somebody who is like 6'5". And let me go ahead and pull this closer so I can tell you what I mean. So me personally, my height, I am 5'11", 6 feet. If you come look, my head reaches right here, and there's still some inches left. And that's something that I do want to mention. So if you happen to be super tall, if you're like 6'6" or 6'7", something along there, I think maybe 6'3", 6'4", it might be close. Anything more than that, I think this is just going to be not long enough. I think that's the key. That's the big warning I want to give you guys. Outside of that, this is going to be perfect for everybody else, in my opinion. Now, the next thing I want to showcase is how this thing actually goes ahead and just adjust it in terms of that tilt angle, and it's maybe one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And the reason being is that it's just extremely easy. If you go about it like this, it does its thing, and if you go ahead and just go that way, it lifts all the way up. I mean, it's really easy, and there's not a lot of give to it, so it's not like particularly like hard to pull it out and put it in its spot, and you can tell that it's going to sit there and stick really well. So this is something that I really love. I loved how easy this is, and that's one thing that I really wanted to highlight with this. Now, the last thing I want to do is showcase how this thing folds up, and I think that's key for a lot of people, right? That is going to be the biggest key, and so far, from what I can tell, it's extremely easy. You just go ahead and you lay it out this way, and then it goes ahead and basically gets to kind of this little point, and then that's it. It's really easy, and even then, I think I'm not doing it completely correctly. But if you guys notice, I mean, this thing, the real estate got a lot smaller just doing it this way. I think I think it's just really easy and really nice and intuitive. I typically just fold it up like this. I put it off to the side right behind me, and it just takes up a lot less space, and that for me is the big thing, right? Does this thing completely just save you a lot of space? That was one of the reasons why I wanted something like this, and I can absolutely confirm to you guys it absolutely does, which is something that I'm really happy about. So if you guys are wondering, man, is this FLYBIRD, is this worth it so far? I have to say, yes, it is. So my time with this bench has been really cool, and I have to say I've now used it more than a few times, and it has just been really awesome, as you guys can see as I'm using it right now, and I'm just a really big fan. So if you guys are wondering, as I'm using this to work out, this is an awesome bench, and I can't lift weights and talk to you guys. So overall, guys, do I recommend the FLYBIRD bench? Absolutely. It's a great bench, and definitely consider it if you're looking for it.